The Nintendo 64, or just N64, is a home video game console developed by Nintendo. It was released on September 29th, 1996 in North America. It was the successor to the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and the last major home console to use cartridges as its primary storage format until the Nintendo Switch in 2017. The N64 was the first home console to feature a 64-bit central processing unit, also known as a CPU, which was significantly more powerful than its predecessors. This allowed for more advanced graphics and gameplay, and the N64 is home to some of the most iconic and beloved video games of all time, which we will be counting down the top 15 of in just a moment. The N64 was also notable for its unique controller, which featured a three-pronged design that some players found to be awkward or uncomfortable. However, the controller also featured an analog joystick, which was a major innovation at the time and allowed for more precise control in 3D games. From classic platformers to revolutionary first-person shooters, the N64 had it all. These rankings are based on a combination of factors, including overall quality, replayability, and impact on the gaming industry. So without further ado, let's get started. Number 15. Turac, Dinosaur Hunter. Released on February 28, 1997, it was not only one of the first games released for the Nintendo 64, but it was also one of the most innovative. Its immersive gameplay, impressive graphics, and memorable soundtrack set a new standard for console gaming. Players take on the role of a hunter in a prehistoric world, battling against various dinosaurs and other creatures. The game's challenging gameplay and unique setting make it a must-play for any Nintendo 64 fan. Even today, it still remains enjoyable and continues to be a beloved classic among gamers, with its influence still felt in modern games. Its legacy is a testament to the impact it had on the gaming industry and its place in the hearts of gamers everywhere. Number 14. Banjo Kazooi. Released on May 31st, 1998, Banjo Kazooi is not only a classic 3D platformer, but it's also a game that has stood the test of time. Its colorful graphics, catchy music, and fun gameplay make it a must-play for any Nintendo 64 fan, or video game fan in general, in my opinion. The game's unique characters, Banjo the Bear and Kazooie the Bird, have become iconic in the gaming world and synonymous with the company Rare. Players adventure through various levels, each with their own challenges to stop the evil witch Gruntilda from stealing Banjo's sister's beauty. With its engaging storyline, memorable characters, and fun gameplay, Banjo Kazooi is a game that will always hold a special place in the hearts of gamers everywhere. Number 13. Wave Race 64. Released on November 1st, 1996, Wave Race 64 was a revolutionary jet skiing game that was developed by Nintendo. Players could choose from a variety of characters and race through various courses, each with its own unique challenges. The game's impressive graphics, realistic water physics, and addictive gameplay made it an instant classic. The game's controls were intuitive and responsive, allowing players to feel like they were actually riding a jet ski. The game's difficulty curve was also well balanced, making it challenging enough to keep players engaged, but not so difficult that it became frustrating. With its innovative gameplay and attention to detail, Wave Race 64 is still considered one of the best racing games of all time, and a shining example of Nintendo's commitment to creating fun and engaging games. Number 12. Mario Party 2. Released on January 24th, 2000, is the second game in the popular Mario Party series, and it improved upon its predecessor in every way. The game features a variety of mini-games that are both fun and challenging, and players can earn coins and stars by winning these mini-games. The winner is the player who has the most stars at the end of the game, which adds an element of strategy to the gameplay. With its colorful graphics, catchy music, and party atmosphere, Mario Party 2 is still a favorite among Nintendo 64 fans. The game's memorable characters, including Mario, Luigi, and Princess Peach, have become iconic in the gaming world and continue to be beloved by fans. Whether you're playing with friends or by yourself, Mario Party 2 is a game that is sure to provide hours of fun and entertainment, and just might end a few friendships and relationships along the way. Number 11. GoldenEye 007. Released on August 25th, 1997, GoldenEye 007 is a first-person shooter that was developed by Rare and published by Nintendo. The game is based on the James Bond film of the same name and features both single-player and multiplayer modes. The game's single-player campaign follows the plot of the movie, with players taking on the role of James Bond as he battles against the evil organization known as Janus. The game's multiplayer mode was also groundbreaking and probably where most people spent their time. Allowing up to 4 players to battle against each other in various modes, including deathmatch and capture the flag. With its impressive graphics, engaging storyline, and immersive multiplayer mode, GoldenEye 007 is still considered one of the best first-person shooters of all time and a true classic in the era of the Nintendo 64. Number 10. Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark, released May 22nd, 2000, is a first-person shooter that was developed by Rare and published by Nintendo. The game is set in the future and features both single-player and multiplayer modes. With its impressive graphics, challenging gameplay, and immersive storyline, Perfect Dark is a must-play for any Nintendo 64 fan. The game's protagonist, Joanna Dark, is a secret agent who must uncover a conspiracy involving an alien race and powerful corporation. The game's single-player campaign is engaging and well-paced, with a variety of missions to keep players on their toes. The game's multiplayer mode is also immersive, allowing up to 4 players to battle against each other in various modes, including deathmatch and capture the flag. With its innovative gameplay, memorable characters, and impressive graphics, Perfect Dark is still considered one of the best first-person shooters of all time, a true classic of the N64 era. Number 9. Star Fox 64. On July 1st, 1997, Star Fox 64 hit the shelves. It was not only a technical marvel for its time, but it also introduced players to a cast of memorable characters including Fox McCloud, Falco Lombardi, Peppy Hare, and Slippy Toad. To a barrel! The game's branching paths and multiple endings added replay value, and its use of voice acting was groundbreaking for a console game. The game's iconic soundtrack, composed by Koji Kondo and Hajime Wakai, is still beloved by fans today and has been remixed and covered countless times. With its fast-paced action, engaging storyline, and memorable characters, Star Fox 64 is a true classic of the Nintendo 64 era and a must-play for any fan of on-rail shooters. Number 8. Paper Mario. Paper Mario, released on August 11th, 2000, and is a classic RPG that was developed by Intelligent Systems and published by Nintendo. The game's unique art style, which features 2D characters in a 3D world, gives it a charming and whimsical feel. Players take on the role of Mario as he ventures through various levels, battling enemies and collecting items. The game's engaging storyline, which involves Mario teaming up with various characters to stop the evil Bowser, is both fun and memorable. With its fun gameplay mechanics, including turn-based battles and the ability to use special abilities called badges, Paper Mario is a classic game that still holds up today and is a must-play for any Nintendo 64 fan. Well, we're midway through, and I know there's probably other games you'd put on this list. Be sure to sign off in the comments on anything you thought deserved to be here that we missed. And if you're enjoying the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Now back to the list. Number 7. Super Smash Bros. January 21st, 1999. Super Smash Bros. Released and was a game changer for the fighting game genre, including a new level of accessibility and fun that had never been seen before. The game's unique concept of having different characters from different Nintendo franchises battle against each other was a stroke of genius, and it quickly became a fan favorite. The game's controls were easy to learn but difficult to master, making it accessible to players of all skill levels. The game's multiplayer mode was also a major draw, allowing up to 4 players to battle against each other in various stages. With its fun gameplay, memorable characters, and very addictive multiplayer mode, Super Smash Bros. Is still considered one of the best fighters of all time, a true classic of the era. Number 6. Donkey Kong 64. Released on November 24th, 1999, Donkey Kong 64 was a game that pushed the limits of what was possible on the Nintendo 64. And I don't mean the DK rap. Its impressive graphics, which was some of the best on the console, brought the world of Donkey Kong to life like never before. The game's catchy music, which was composed by Grant Kirkhope, is still beloved by fans today and has been remixed and covered countless times. The game's fun gameplay, which involved collecting bananas and other items, was addictive and kept players engaged for hours on end. With its memorable characters including Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, and Chunky Kong, and its multiplayer mode, Donkey Kong 64 is a true classic of the era and a must-play for any fan of 3D platformers or of games in general, in my opinion. Number 5. The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask was released on October 25th, 2000, and is often regarded as one of the most unique and innovative games in the Zelda franchise. Its dark and eerie atmosphere, time-traveling mechanics, and complex side quests set it apart from other games in the series. The game's 3-day cycle, which sees the moon crashing into the land of Termina at the end of each cycle, adds a sense of urgency and tension to the gameplay, making it a thrilling experience for players. The game's memorable characters, including the mysterious Skull Kid and the enigmatic Happy Mask Salesman, have become fan favorites and are still talked about today. With its impressive graphics, engaging storyline, and fun gameplay, Majora's Mask is a true masterpiece on a Nintendo 64 and a must-play for any fan of the Zelda franchise. It's a game that has stood the test of time and continues to be beloved by gamers of all ages, and also saw a release on the 3DS, as well as a special edition 3DS that was released with it. Number 4. Mario Kart 64. On February 10th, 1997, Mario Kart 64 was released, and it's a game that has transcended generations and continues to be beloved as a classic among gamers. Its simple, yet addictive gameplay, which involves racing against other players on various tracks, is still enjoyable today. I mean, how many copies has Mario Kart 8 sold at this point? The game's memorable characters, including Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, have become iconic in the gaming world and continue to be fan favorites. The game's multiplayer mode, which allows up to 4 players to race against each other, is still a major draw and a testament to the game's lasting appeal. With its colorful graphics, catchy music, and fun gameplay, Mario Kart 64 is a true classic of the Nintendo 64 era and a must-play for any fan of racing games. It's a game that has stood the test of time and will continue to be enjoyed by gamers for years to come. Number 3. Possibly controversial placement. Conker's Bad Fur Day. March 5th, 2001 was the day that Conker's Bad Fur Day was released on the world. And it was not only a game that pushed the boundaries of what was acceptable in a Nintendo game, but it also had a unique sense of humor that was both mature and hilarious. The game's adult themes and humor were not commonly seen in Nintendo games, but they added to the game's charm and made it stand out from other 3D platformers of its time. Despite its mature content, the game was still able to deliver a fun and engaging experience, with its impressive graphics and challenging gameplay. The game's unique setting, which features a variety of different environments, adds to its appeal and makes it a must-play for any fan of 3D platformers. Conker's Bad Fur Day is a true classic of the Nintendo 64 era and a testament to Rare's ability to create innovative and memorable games that push the boundaries of what's possible in gaming. It remains a beloved game among fans and is still talked about today as one of the most unique, entertaining, and divisive games of all time. Number 2. Ocarina of Time. Unleashed on the world on November 23rd, 1998, Ocarina of Time's impact on the gaming industry cannot be overstated. Its innovative gameplay mechanics, engaging storyline, and memorable characters have made it a true masterpiece of gaming. The game's influence can still be felt in modern games and has won numerous awards and accolades over the years. Ocarina of Time is a game that has stood the test of time and continues to be beloved by gamers of all ages. Its iconic soundtrack, composed by Koji Kondo, is still considered to be one of the best video game soundtracks of all time and has been remixed and covered countless, and I repeat, countless times. The game's impressive graphics, which were some of the best on a Nintendo 64, brought the world of Hyrule to life like never before. And its engaging storyline, which sees Link battling against the evil Ganondorf to save Princess Zelda and the land of Hyrule, is both epic and emotional. Ocarina of Time is a true masterpiece of gaming, perhaps the best game in the Legend of Zelda series, and a must-play for any fan of action-adventure games, Nintendo games, Zelda games, or gaming in general. It also has been re-released on the Nintendo 3DS, and also had a special edition. Now, before we get to number 1, I'd like to thank you for watching the video, and I hope it's brought back some fond memories and introduced you to some new games that you may have missed. If you have any personal favorites that didn't make the list, please let me know in the comments below. I always love hearing from you all and value your feedback. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more gaming content. There are always plenty of exciting videos in the works, so stay tuned for more. Now let's get to number 1 on the list, and number 1 in your hearts. Number 1. Super Mario 64. Brought to North America on September 29th, 1996, Super Mario 64 was a game changer for the gaming industry, introducing players to a new level of immersion and interactivity. Its innovative gameplay mechanics, which allow players to explore a 3D world in a way that had never been seen before, set a standard for 3D platformers. The game's impressive graphics, which were some of the best on the Nintendo 64, even for a game released in '96, brought the world of Mario to life like never before. Its memorable characters have become iconic in the gaming world, as we well know at this point. Super Mario 64's influence can still be felt in modern games, and it remains a beloved classic among gamers of all ages. And it got a re-release on the Nintendo DS. In conclusion, the Nintendo 64 was a console that truly revolutionized the gaming industry. Its impressive graphics, innovative gameplay mechanics, and memorable characters have made it a beloved classic among gamers. Well, until next time, this has been Azure Tony. Today, we found some fun in gaming, and I hope you enjoyed yourselves too. Take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. I'll catch you next time.